What's up, everybody? Your voice. I can't keep a straight face. All right, what's up, everybody? Your voice. I'm from 7TCG, and I'm coming to you with episode 2 of Become the Best, still featuring Kano, and I'm actually excited to give you guys a gameplay. This is from my local armory, and last week, this week being the week of some week. I think it's like the second week of January. And Progress is around the corner, and Kano is one of the decks I am considering, even though I'm still so new to the deck. I have been spamming as many games and absorbing as much content as possible, and kind of how I told you guys in the last video. If you guys haven't seen the last video, um, links in the description, and there should be a card like right there or right there, one of the two places. And episode 1 was me just kind of like I was learning a lot of the combos and a lot of situational stuff with Kano. And episode 2 is going to become putting all that into action. And I want to have a gameplay. It's going to be Kano versus Dorinthia. Now, I do know the outcome of this match, right? It's slowly been a week. But we're going to do some like live VOD review. And we're going to kind of just talk about the game itself and some of the decision making I made. I actually am interested to kind of look back at it myself because I haven't actually seen the game. I just remember the outcome of the game in like maybe one or two key instances. That's what we're going to be doing for episode 2. If you guys show just as much support as you guys did on episode 1, we're obviously going to come out on episode 3. So go ahead and smash the like button, subscribe, comment down below, and let's go ahead and get into it. So, you guys are going to see me kind of not do something live. I'm going to. There we go. Let me just minus this out. Alright, so again, this is going to be live. We're going to kind of watch the game. This is from the live stream I did because I live streamed most of my armories. And as you can see, I'm over here on the left. And wow, that was literally not the thing I meant it to do. Wow, that is extremely awkward. Ah. Alright, so let's. Alright, so obviously the backstory is this is my actual first week bringing Kano to my armory. And I've been hyping this up for weeks to everyone. No one ever thought I would do it. Everyone thought you were playing Dash. I mean, I even brought out Dash right there just to tease him a little bit. But obviously, I did tell him I was playing. Now I do want to point out some things. Obviously, there is going to be some glare on things. Obviously, this is just my setup with my phone. I don't really have any form of lighting. Now, when it comes to equipment, the equipment that you're not seeing, this is Tunic and this is Brave Forge Bases. Oh, you guys can know that. And then Dynamo, he didn't really know how much AB he should bring. He's been out of the loop a little bit, but you guys are kind of updated on that. So to start off, we are pitching a blue to Kano. We find an Aether Quicken. I quite honestly don't mind playing, especially since we intend to play this Depot anyway. So we can most probably just activate Crucible here. Oh, he's going to read Kano, yeah. So I probably will commentate this somewhat like an Art of War version, but obviously I'm just gonna kind of let it run through, and I'm just gonna kind of see what's happening. So we're activating Kano. We have one floating. Sorry, activating Crucible, and using the other one floating to Aether Quicken. I don't have that one floating because I shouldn't. But the really cool thing about Aether Quicken that I really like, it comes in for 5. So even though AB 3 is coming in for 2, in this case, it's coming in for 4, no matter what. At the very least, he's just choosing to at least take 1, not. But 4 is pretty cool. Things like the Aether Quickening in this matchup are going to be really nice, as we most likely will never get the Surge cost. But just the simple fact that we can hit him for 4. Oh, sorry, this is the blue one. Apologies. But just the fact that we can hit him for a decent amount of damage for cheap is pretty good. Well, obviously, we are playing the E-Pot out. And can't really remember what we arsenaled, but I do believe I have Wildfire in hand now, so it's just trying to work that in the arsenal, which, yeah, it is Wildfire. Yeah, because the big thing is work that into the arsenal through the natural game plan, chip it down. Also, with the AB1, we are less threatened to chip him down as much. Obviously, once we get him to like the 32 range, we can pretty comfortably kill with the average Wildfire Lessons combo, which is the combo that I usually go for. Now, until I see play patterns where I think he could have Respite, I have no reason to go for the double Aether Wildfire combo. But obviously, it is something that I do need to look at. You will see me probe him here, and that's why I'm playing a lot of 2-card hands, that you'll see later in the game. Kind of going here, so we see a Dawnblade coming in. I do read that he most likely has a key reprise card. This is, again, one thing about probing. And I choose not to actually block at all. The good thing is he doesn't draw a card. He does get the go again, but the draw card would have been something that could have really hurt me. Now that he has used the glint from his hand, I might be inclined to actually block this here. Or at least and soak up some damage. I don't get as punished for turning on reprise from my hand. Now I have 3 cards in hand still. You see Sonic Boom, looks like Reverberate, and like I said, Aether Wildfire. Alright, so again, Alpha Blade's gonna push some damage here. But obviously we're gonna want to get that card out from Arsenal, which I don't remember what that card is, to be honest. Like I said, my goal is after turn 4 to at least still be in the low 20s, so like 24, 25, obviously 23 here is still fine. You don't want to be too low when we are starting to look to combo. So we're going to, looks like activate, we're going to play Tome of Find Out from Arsenal. This is why I took so many cards, and I believe I gained 4 here. Yep. We're going to 27, pretty much erasing his last turn, which is really nice for us. And the other really key thing is we are just digging more. And because we have the one floating mix, just pitch yellow, we can activate Kano. We get a 0 drop, which on rate isn't absolutely amazing. But obviously this is, I do call the 0 for 1s unblockable. Because our opponent will almost never block with them. Finding a Lessons level is actually really nice here. Because again, he only has AB1, so he has no actual way to get rid of this. Now we will activate Crucible and Lessons level for 4. And this is a guaranteed again to do 3, so this is getting any card from our deck that we pretty much want to put on top. And I'm kind of just explaining to my opponent what it is. Our opponent should be a little cautious here. I do still have a card in hand, so I could tutor something like a Tome to the top of my deck and then Kano it off. Now, while the play isn't super likely, it is a plausible thing that he could be thinking of. Alright, you will see me tutor, and opponent does take 3. He's just trying to figure out why it's the extra damage. I'm just explaining it to him again. If I ever do we do discuss it after the match as well. But just being true to this lessons for lessons are a really nice thing. Because now what's the situation that we're at? I believe Tunic's on 2, so going into my turn, Tunic will be on 3. And actually, we could be in for some fireworks just as early as next turn. Now, it would be a little bit early, and I would need to get a little bit lucky to kill him from there. But honestly, getting to have the Aether Wildfire and Arsenal, have the Lessons in Lava, ready to combo out, Tunic on 3, there's not much more we can really ask for. Like I said, 0 for 1, it's unblockable, it's guaranteed chip damage. Especially in a deck like this with Kano, literally every life point matters. That one life point could literally change me killing them. And like the way we kill people with this deck is usually we are killing in response to us being killed. So every little bit of life matters, and where every single resource also matters. Like having one additional resource on our common turn can translate into upwards of 5 damage. So realistically, not needing as many resources on the common turn by chipping them down slowly is also really good. We're going to see our Durinthia player play that's an Iron Song determination. That's the one that gives +1 dominate. And I forget which one that one is, I'm gonna be honest. But I think that's go again, and if it hits +1. So even with my hand able to block pretty well, I doubt we're going to be able to stop this as we don't play any D-reacts, and we are not blocking with Tunic. Oh. He has no cards in hand. There is a world where we kind of just eat this. But I do choose to put a card in front, which appears to be a Blazing Aether. As because I have the Lessons in Lava, I can just search for it. And we still have 2 more in the deck, so I'm not too worried about anything. And he's choosing Nutas and stuff. I do find this as an opportunity to chip him down a little bit more. If I find like some 0 for 1, some 1 for 3s, it's not the most efficient play, but I would assume my turn was going to be the same no matter what. So I'm going to come in for 4. This is unblockable. It's only a difference of 1 damage if he was to have resources. But we're kind of probing the player. I don't think that the turn where I do this would have mattered because I don't think he would have blocked anyway. Because just losing the whole entire card door depending on obviously the scope of your hand. If you have went to 0 cost reactions, then you can have floating resources. If you have to pay for stuff, things can get awkward. But I choose just to take the guaranteed damage in this spot. Drawing up, I got an E-Pot, so this is a hand that I'm just super happy to block with. Just developed the E-Pot. Today is actually Thursday, so in about 4 or 5 hours I will be heading up to the shop again, playing more Kano, because I should be live streaming it. There is a chance I might play Control Dash, because I think it has been a while since you guys have seen some Control Dash, and that is kind of the deck I am currently known for. So we're coming with Non-Blade for 5 at base. That does have 2 counters on there. So this is also where overblocking can really reward me for but I just end up blocking with 2 cards. Which I actually have to. I actually that the second card is Lessons in Lava, so it kind of makes sense. So it will appear I'm pretty much at the mercy of getting clapped here with whatever else he has. If he wants to swing in for another 10 damage, he's most likely going to be able to do that 10 damage. And we see a double pump. He's going to be coming upstairs for a pretty good amount. He's going to also opt to give it go again. He sees that my defenses are somewhat down. Maybe he can read that I have like the E-Pot. He does know Wizard does have 2 and 0 blocks. So again, he's probably using this opportunity to push through damage. Kind of like how I would if my opponent taps out. Or any combo deck versus like any other deck taps out. Come through for another 5, taking me down to 15. And being at 15 when he's at 29, I am not really pressured to keep my life total as high as I would if his life total was a little higher, or if my life total was a little lower. So, perfectly fine just developing the C-Pot and keeping my combo piece and not being under any real pressure. And with the second E-Pot, him being at 29, he's become a very, very easy kill at this point, as long as I don't draw like a triple red hand. And what we're wanting here is we're wanting 3 blues. 3 blues does give me the largest amount of resources on my combo turn, which is what I'm wanting. But I believe we found a snapback, which 2 blues, 2 E-Pots, and a snapback is also it's a pretty good amount of damage. In this current scenario, that snapback is coming in for a minimum of 8, which is nothing to scoff at, especially if we're stacking our deck with Lessons in Lava. We're getting the Lessons in Lava in there. We're also getting the Blazing Aether in there, so it kind of just makes our combo pretty easy. So let's actually do the math real quick. Do some math. Like I said, this is a learning experience for me as well. So let's see. We have Aether Wildfire and Arsenal Op is at 29 with AB1. So what's in our hand? Our hand equals yellow, lessons, and lava. Blue, spell, red, snapback. Then we do have 2 E-pots. So let's talk about if we want to obviously play the we want to play the Aether Wildfire. We want to play the snapback. We want to play the lessons in lava, and obviously get the blazing Aether. So that's currently what we wanted to do. Oh, it's apparently raining outside. That's why it's loud. So let's look at how many resources we need to do the Storm Striders into Aether Wildfire. That's going to be 3 resources, so that's there, obviously. Then Snapback is going to be 1 resource. The Lessons in Lava equals 1 resource. So far, just this, and this is spells that we're wanting to play. It's going to be 5 resources just to play. And I'm adding obviously the Storm Charge because the only way to play the Aether Wildfire is to play it. So all this equals 5 resources just to play the cards, right? Okay. So let's move on to the next thing. So how do we set this up? We're obviously going to need to do some Kano activations, and we have to do less Kano activations than we usually would. Because of we do have the snapback to get a card over our hand. So let's look at how we can start this combo. So we want to play the snapback after Aether Wildfire has resolved. So the way we would start this is obviously pitch blue, 2 Storm Striders, 2 floating. Alright. Now this is out of our hand. Actually, I'll keep it there. I don't know. So now this is our hand with 2 floating. Storm Charge can now resolve. Now, again, normally you would Kano a bunch, see how many resources you have floating, then you'd go from there. But I think with this specific line, because of how we can, have to play the stomach, we do have to play a wizard card first. And plus, a lot of things here are pretty guaranteed. We do know for the most part how many resources we're going to have. We actually don't need a lot of resources to actually pull this off. It would just be the additional resources to be able to Kano the stuff off, but we actually have to activate Kano a little bit less. So let's go to. Let's start with no Metacarpus node pumps, and then we'll see if we actually have the ability to pump afterward. So then we can play Aether Wildfire from Arsenal, no pump, and we'll have no floating. So it's going to come in for 4. Our opponent does have cards in hand. Yeah, so let's just say it gets AB1 for whatever reason. AB1, 3 damage. So now, again, our hand is going to be yellow, lessons lava, blue spell, red snapback. So at this point, we can actually play the red snapback. So we can actually pitch this blue spell. Again, we don't know if this option works, we're just kind of talking through what the possibility would currently be. Pitch blue spell for snapback. 2 floating. Come in for... Oh wait, so what Aether Wildfire did, what, 3, right? So it's gonna be for 5. 1 for 5, not bad on rate. We have 2 floating. We have 2 cards in hand. Sorry. Now we're down to 1 card in hand. Because we've used our blue spell to not pitch for this. So now we can actually Ragamuffin's Hat. Ragamuffin Hat. Let's say we get a blue. So now we have 2 floating. We have a blue in hand. We have Lessons in Lava on top of our deck. Activate. What the heck? Kano. 2 floating. Obviously, Tunic could have also been here, so that's also because. Do we have Tunic on 3? Actually, Tunic would be on 3 on our turn. So yeah. Activate Kano, 2 floating. Into Lessons in Lava. So then we will Lessons in Lava for 3. Oh, sorry, for 6. We'll even give our opponent no more cards in hand. I do want to give myself the best Kano look and the most accurate look. Because seeing his list doesn't seem to run a lot of blue, so there's a chance the rest of the cards in his hand are red. I was actually say the AB won this to give it a little more of a fair shot. Alright, let's do deals 4. Now he'll have no cards in hand. Let's just say that. So we're gonna come with Lessons Lava for 6. It full hits. Grab Blazing Aether. Crack E-Pot. Actually, we'll do Crack Tunic for Kano. Play BA for, let's see, we dealt 3, 7, 13. So we have 13 plus 3, 16. So then 16 plus 13 is going to be 29. What's our opponent at? So actually, without cracking the E-Pots, we actually just have lethal with this current line that we did. In this current line, start from the top, we have Lessons, Lava, 2 blues, and Red Snapback. Do we have 2 E-Pots, 2 nickel, and 3. We will pitch a blue to activate Storm Shards. We'll have 2 floating. We will then play the Aether Waterfall from Arsenal. We're not pumping a single thing. And we're coming in obviously against AB1. It'll come in for 3. Come in for 4, deal 3. We'll pitch a blue for Snapback. We'll have 2 floating. We'll come in for 5. It'll deal 4. We'll Ragamuffin Hat. We'll grab a blue. The blue just means we don't have to actually crack our E-Pots. The Lessons in Lava will come in for 6. It'll fully hit because our opponent has no more cards in the hand. We're out Blazing Aether. We'll crack Tunic for Kano because we had 2 floating. Blazing Aether, we've dealt 13 damage so far this turn. It will get pumped by 3. It comes in for 16. And then we're coming for that 16 plus the 13 we've already made, 29. So from this current point, we actually could kill him. And we even allowed him to AB. Now, because we have 4 additional resources, well, where does that go? So we can just go, we can copy paste this. And let's work E-pots in. And here, let's do crack E-pot for floating. Aether Wildfire from Arsenal. We need to, right before that, we need to activate crew. 3 floating. Aether Wildfire from Arsenal. 1 floating. So now this is going to be, oh, hold on, we need to pump with node. So pretty much one E-pot pays for Crucible and node. And now it's going to come in for 6. We'll still give him the AB1. So it'll do a 5. Now we can actually do this same exact line here. And we can pump with node. One floating. We're going to come in for, so now this came in for 5. So snapback will come in for a base of 6, and then, but go up to 7. And it'll deal 6. And then we'll still say we ragamuffin and we get a blue. We can activate Kano into Lessons in Lava. And because we have 1 floating, we can Lessons Lava for 7 from node. It full hits. And we grab Blazing Aether. Now we have 0 floating, but we do have E-pot. So we have an option here. We can obviously, like, we had 2 floating. Actually, hold on. Let me make sure. Because I forgot we actually used resources this time. We put snapback for 2 floating. 1 node, 1 floating. Okay, so no, we have 1 floating and we got a blue. So we have 5 total resources. Okay, no, yeah. So we'll still have 2 floating. So yeah, we can node. Yeah, we'll just be able to node. We'll have 1 floating, so we'll have extra. We did activate node on all of our things though, so we didn't really waste mana. So we still grab this Blazing Aether, and we can actually node this. Cracking Tunic for Tano doesn't change anything. We can crack E-pot, crack Tunic, doesn't do anything. So Blazing Aether will now come in for 5, 11, 18. So we dealt 18. It's getting pumped by 5 and then getting pumped by 1. So we have 18, 23, 24. Oh, my lights just flickered. Dear God, I'm gonna die. So we have the 24 plus the 18 that we dealt earlier. Dude, what is going on? I know this is live, but like, what in the world? Okay, it's weird. I think we're having a thunderstorm. But we're gonna come in for 42 damage this turn, so he is dead. So actually, funny enough, this line here could have just OTK him, even through AB. That's just the power of like E-pots and being able to actually node stuff, like I was saying earlier. Node and Crucible just spike your damage so don't our turn so much. We go from dealing 29 using all of our resources besides E-pot just with EP2, so we can pump our nodes, we go up to 24 damage, 42 damage. It's absolutely insane. So, we do see we had the kill here already. Let's see if we actually do anything. Opponent's gonna come in with Alpha Blood. This is where I'm thinking about lining up a block, or if I want to just see if I can go for it. Opponent officially puts all their cards on the table and says, I would like for you to die this turn, or at least go to one. I don't know the exact number. I feel like if it was lethal, I wouldn't have really even used the dice. It looks like it's 11. Uploads is plus 3, 6, 12. Okay, so it looks like something for 12, which isn't lethal, but you will see the gear start to turn, and let's see what line I take. I assume I take the simple lessons and lava line. I don't try to get fancy. I don't remember if I actually snap backed here. I hope I snap backed. No, why'd I snap back? I mean, why'd I pitch snap back? I could have just played the snap back. Okay, so at this point, I think I made the mistake of not kind of I assumed I had the kill, so I played a little sloppy. If I was to pitch to anything, Crucible or Storm Strike should be definitely Storm Strike, so you can guarantee to do this. Because you can do your whole combo, and otherwise you don't have the amount of resources to actually do everything, and then this Crucible Pump actually screws you over. And we get a yellow. Well, because we have the 2 pots, we still have plenty of resources. And we just see the typical Kano opponent right here. Well, is that Pummel in the world? What's going on here? Alright, we're gonna activate Tunic. Activate Storm Striders. Opponent just kind of knows they're the big dead right now. We're going to Shabam. Aether Wildfire for 6. Pitching that. Wow, I took the absolutely worst line possible. We had such a high damage line. Obviously this will still kill, but obviously we did the math and we determined that our opponent would have been severely clapped. Because he does have a blue tech that changes some of the math. So I think it would be 1 less on the Lessons Lava, so Lessons Lava will come in for 6. So that means Blazing Aether comes in for 15. So that's just 2 damage off the combo, but it's still overkill. Alright, 6. Take the 6er. Or the 5? Wait, should be... Should it not have been 6? I don't know. I thought it was 6. Alright, we're gonna crack E-Pot. We're gonna just go to 3 floating. This way we can Lessons on Lava, Node, please. Please, please, there you go. No, this is just classic line here. The Lessons on Lava line. Coming for, looks like 8. Let's, I do wish my camera was a little higher quality. Let me see if the HD, oh, it's already in 720. Wow, yikes. I need to get a better phone camera, even though I kind of can't. Alright, opponent is going to not take the damage from Lesson in Lava. And then I am going to inform that their free trial of Alive has expired. Their trial membership is now gone. We'll let that last Kano resolve. And we actually even get to pump it by node. And our opponent is severely dead. Here, let me actually see if I can find out how much this is actually coming in for. 1,000 damage. 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 1,000 dam Oh yeah, AB1, yeah. So as you guys see there, the Aether Wildfire's coming in for 19. So even through AB, we have the kill by 2. So that is the end of the game. I'll go ahead and say this is the end of the game. And this is where me and my opponent just kind of discuss him running AB2. By the way, there's a dog barking, and I apologize. We discussed like AB1 versus AB2, and I believe that also I'm like, if he was running AB2, this game would obviously have been largely different. And we were discussing what slot he could have put that in. I personally told him no run robe probably would have been nice. And or no run boots. I think those would have been the two most likely things he could have done there. But you see in the classic Wildfire line with Lessons in Lava, and I think a pretty good game on my end. Now, obviously, we do see that there was an more optimal line that I could have taken when it comes to kill. But I think the general play patterns I played really well. Being able to sense key reprises, as you guys seen a few times, obviously led to me getting a little more value out of my blocks than I normally would have. A little bit less value on his end. I think a game like this kind of show you that, obviously, with progress, you get games like this. And now, just even watching it back, I've learned a few things that I could do. Obviously, the biggest thing being the line, and hopefully the next time I come with another episode of this, you guys will even see me just obliterate someone from like 74. They're going to be at 74 life, and you're going to see me just trip away through Wildfire, their stuff, man. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like, favorite, and subscribe. Comment down below what you guys want to see. Extra support is greatly appreciated. We're on the road to 3 million subscribers, and it takes you, yeah, you right there, to help me get to 3 million subscribers. It's been your boy Siphon at Siphon TCG. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.